Hey guys, this is Como Sunder, and we've got Tomahawk's very first battle report. I am playing Rutu over there with his Vanilla Space Marines versus my Sky Blue IG. All right, let's take a look at what he's rolling over here. You tell me what you got?
Sure, I got a base librarian, standard, no upgrades, just talk. I got two tactical squads, melta gun and missile launcher each. Two Razorbacks with that, little Laz Plazlov. I got a Devastator, 4-man strong, with three missiles and a Laz cannon. Doing a Vindicator, a Speeder with a multi-melta and a heavy flamer, an attack bike with a multi-melta, and the new Storm Talon with the Skyhammer missiles. I'm going to give those a chance.
All right, over here on the IG side, we're running 1, 2, 3 Vendettas. We have our company command squad load out 4 melta guns. We have the vet squad with 3 plasma guns. Another vet squad, 3 plasma guns. Medusa, open top, because we're playing 1250. That's, it costs a lot of points to close top those things. And the Executioner Lemon Russ. Alright, we rolled Spearhead Deployment, and we're playing for 2 objectives here. And we'll see you after deployment. Alright guys, here's deployment. Looks like Space Marines are all bundled up here in a nice blob, getting ready to move forward into the IG line of a single Medusa.
Woo!
Everybody else sitting over here in reserves, waiting to roll on the table edge. Alright, we're going to see you after Rutu's first turn. Alright guys, here is the top 1. Rutu just moved his tanks up in a little bit better position here. Pop smoke right there in the Vindicator. Over here, he didn't really have much of a line of sight. The bird got a couple pop shots at the Medusa, but whiffed horrifically. And we will see you at the bottom of 1. Alright, that was a quick turn 1 for the IG. We shot 1 Medusa cannon across the table onto that bird right there, and drifted from one wing to the next and immobilized it. That's about all we've got going on, so we'll see you at the end of the top of 2. Alright guys, turn 2 for the Space Marines. Did a lot of staring at the walls again, popping smoke, moving in position. Bird took a few more pop shots with the new the hover strike rule, bring up his ballistic skill. Didn't help him a whole lot. We still have a lone Medusa over here, threatened by a bunch of melta guns next turn. Alright, let's see what happens on the bottom of the IG. Alright, bottom of 2 IG starting to represent. We moved up Plasma Vet Squad, unloaded, and hit that speeder right there. 2 pins, both of them got through, destroyed the multi-melta, and can't shoot next turn. Over here we had a Vendetta outflank, and it took some shots across the table right there. That's right, he slipped over. That's a dead Vindicator. Over here we just moved up Command Squad, another Plasma Vet Squad, and Pop Smoke. Still have the Lemon Russ and 2 birds sitting in reserve. We will see you after the Space Marine 3rd. Alright, looks like the Space Marines finally got to get some shots with their Devastators and combat squatted heavy weapons. Put a few shots over here. It's like we take that off of there, smoke's gone. We can't move or shoot the command squad with the melta guns. Over here, took a whole lot of las cannons and blew up the Vendetta. It's alright, he did his job, I guess. Alright, over here we shot the bejesus out of this Chimera, but it's still alive. Then we assaulted the Chimera, and it's still alive. It's immobilized, lost a weapon, but we still have a heavy flamer hanging out the front. And I forgot to say, after the last shooting phase, 2 of the 3 of these plasma guns got hot and melted melted the IG guys. Alright, now let's see what IG does next turn. Alright, bottom of 3, it looks like the IG finally got that critical turn of shooting in. Right here, the plasma vets turned and dropped out and unloaded on that Devastator squad, only leaving the token sergeant in place. Back here we had some shooting. The Vendetta turned around and blasted that Razorback. That Razorback fell to a Medusa shot, and that Razorback's immobilized from another Vendetta shot. Storm Talon hasn't been touched, and we did a lot of whiffing with the Executioner tank. That's I'm sorry, and the attack bite took a heavy flamer, then failed its armor save, and then took a round of double tapping from the vet squad back here. And let's move on to the top of 4. Alright, well it turns out that IG doesn't do so well getting hit by heavy flamers or assaults. Or bolters. Or pretty much anything that can kill you. So here's what happened. These guys right here, all of them died to a heavy flamer. It was kind of embarrassing. So that plasma vet squad is gone. We're still good here. Still immobilized, weapon destroyed here. This guy got pelted by just about everything he had. Can't move or shoot and immobilized by that Meltagun right there, and that Storm Talon right there. Over here we were pinned in the last turn, so they just kind of sat there. This guy couldn't shoot and was immobilized, so he just kind of sat there. Over here we were double tapped by a tac squad and assaulted by the single sergeant who won combat, but we did not run away. Took a missile in the back to immobilize here. This guy is free to move and shoot next turn, and so are we over here. Alright, let's move on to the IG turn, bottom of 4. Okay, we're sitting at the bottom of 4, and there's a big empty spot right here where there's a 5-man tac squad who took a Medusa and Executioner tank to the face and disappeared. Over here, didn't do anything to that with a heavy flamer. Couldn't do anything with him. We took a bunch of stuff into that 5-man tac squad with the missile launcher and did a lot of nothing. In the assault phase, it does take 1 sergeant to kill a full vet squad of IG, for the record. Consolidated into the back of that tank, you can't run away. So this is going to be an interesting vanilla Space Marine turn coming up. Alright, after the Space Marine 5th, we have the MVP right here, coming around the backside. Can't move or shoot on that Chimera, and destroyed the Medusa cannon off the top of that tank. This guy right here just can't move still. Over here we move that tac squad out of that transport into that transport. Over here we had a lot of shooting try to stop that Chimera. We shot a rocket and shot a lot of bolters into the back of it and did a lot of nothing. Shot another rocket from over there and did a lot of nothing. Then we assaulted with that sergeant and did a lot of nothing. And that's the Space Marine 5th. So let's see the bottom of the 5th. And alright, you guys ready for an epic IG turn of fail? We turbo boosted the Vendetta to try to contest that objective and rolled a 1 on terrain tests. So we wrecked it right there at the objective. Moved him up, but not quite far enough at the command squad. Over here we shot there and did absolutely nothing. Shot there and did absolutely nothing with a bunch of cover saves. And nothing else on the table could shoot. So we're going to move to the... Well, let's go ahead and see if the game continues.
It does.
And it does with a 4. So we'll see you at the bottom of the Space Marine turn. Alright, we're in the top of 6, and Space Marines desperately try to slow down this Chimera from coming up and contesting, but fail in shooting and fail in sticking grenades to the back of it. And that rocket launcher also missed. We have a big long line of dead stuff right there. We unloaded half the tac squad there, moved that Meltagun up to fire on this Vendetta. Whiffed on the Vendetta, but the las cannon and the plasma gun did not. Double pinned and blew it out of the sky. Flamer keeps on blasting away at the back of these vehicles. They can't do anything about it. This time doesn't do anything, but it already did the damage damage this turn. And these guys probably aren't going to do a whole lot the rest of the game. And we will see you at the bottom 6. Chimera moved up here with a command squad to contest that objective. Came back around. He's immobilized. Shot some multi-lasers in the back of that squad. Didn't do anything at all. Executioner fired his full volley over here at this tac squad. Still left the melted gun squad up. He didn't run away, so too bad for anything over here with armor. These guys can't do a whole lot because his gun's blown off and this guy's shook. So we will, well, let's see if we continue on to 7.
No, it's over.
Oh, we are done. That's a 2 right there. Alright, in the game report here, that objective is contested over here. This objective isn't held by anybody, pushing us to victory points. IG was sitting with 838 victory points compared to the victory points of the Space Marines of 661, so minor victory for the IG. Either way, it was a pretty brutal bloodbath.